And therefore, we're going to click on the practice and make sure that we add the Desmos tab. Should have had that already. And sign in. And our first problem, this will be titled 6.3 Applications of Linear Graphs from CK12 down on Desmos, or something similar. Our first problem involves this. I'm just going to cut and paste this if I can, and I can't. Dang it, I'm going to have to write it out. Players on the soccer team are selling candles to raise money for an upcoming trip. Each player has 24 candles to sell. If a player sells 4 candles for profit of $30 is made. If he sells 12 candles for profit, $70 is made. The profit is the number of candles sold is a linear relation. Determine the equation. So question, how much is it per candle? I don't know. But I know right now that I have, first I'm going to define my variables. Add a folder like this, and selling candles for soccer fundraiser. Soccer. How do you spell soccer? Oh, soccer fundraiser. Okay, and I have to go back and read again. Can you help me? Each player has 24 candles to sell. So I'm going to say that the domain is, domain variable is the number of candles sold, and I can say that the domain for this situation is 0 less than, that's x. So I'm going to put comma x, and I'm going to say that's 0. I can sell 0 candles, and it can be less than or equal to 24 per player. So that means if that's what my domain is, my range, I'm going to add a note, and I guess I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see. Range is money raised from X candles. Y. Now, what do I know? Yeah, the money raised is Y. So, class, please work the problems with me. Go to Desmos, keep up as much as you can. Let's see. What are the ordered pairs? Each candle has 24 to sell. A player sells 4, he makes 30. That's 4 and 30. Number and money, 12 and 70. Let's write that down. So 4 and I forgot already. What was it?
30.
$30. That's 1 point. Oh, it's a note. I'm going to make it a pair. And I put a label. Then I'm going to do another one. It was 12 and what? Or what? I forgot already. And $70. So that's my other one. So quickly, there's 2 ways to do this. There are my 2 points. Question, how do I make a line through the points? I'm going to use point slope form. Y equals x. I got to move it up 30. So plus 30. That puts it there. Or I could do 70. Whatever cooks your goose. But I missed. Why did I miss? How could I miss? Well, all right. Because I got to shift it over to the 12. So you get your x. And I go minus 12, if you remember how to shift something over. And that puts it there. Is that working? No, because it has to go through 4. So the question becomes, is it steeper or less steep? How do I get the slope? What's the change in y? Jeremy? Bob? What's the change in y? I went from $30 to $70. What's the change? How many dollars is that? Let's take a look. What's 70 minus 30? If you don't know, put parentheses, put 70 minus 30, and divide that by 12 minus 4. And that should fix everything. Or if you can do it in your head, go ahead and do it. That's $40 for every 8 candles. Is that working? Looks like it's working to me. I got my model. Now, reviewing from algebra 1, from the first semester, this is a function in x. And if you remember, this is a funds raised. X is good for funds raised. So now I got to go to my label like this. And my x-axis is number of number of candles sold. Candles sold by player. And funds raised in dollars. Okay? So here's my graph. This is supposed to apply linear graphs. So what's 40 divided by 8? That's y equals 5x. And then you have to multiply 5 times 12. That's minus 60 plus 70. So that means that matches. So 70 minus 60 is plus 10. So according to this model, I have a y-intercept of 0, 10. What does that mean? The number of candles sold by player. I have to put in $10 if I don't sell my candles. Okay? They're going to charge me $10 for the candles. That's the model in this situation. If I sell 4, then I'm going to make $30. 12, I'll make 70. No, apparently it's 5. How did I figure that out? I subtracted 30 from 70, that's $40, and that's a difference of 8 candles. So that must have been 5 for every candle. So anyway, I've got my answer, right? 5x plus 10. And that's how you do that. Next, this is just a check. Now this is $300 during the summer. Oh, I've got to go back and put this away. So to put this away, close the folder, and this is not there, so click it and drag it to the right and up. You notice it had a little bar there, vertical, if you're new to this. I can now turn it off, and I can make a new one. A new folder for my new problem. Folder. My new problem is, Tony earned $300 during the summer. Once school started, he spent $20 for food each day. Which of the following graphs represents the money that Tony has after X days? So define your variables first, always. So what's the story? Tony is loaded. Has $300. But it's gonna have to last him the whole summer. He spends what? $20? $20 to eat. Must be going somewhere expensive. To eat. To eat. How much does he have? No longer works. That's not set up. Does not have after how many days? After X days. Right? So what's Y? The range is money left. This is the range. Range Y is money left after X days. And X, number of days. Gone by. Okay, I'm getting a little too sentimental here. Okay, x-axis. It's not the number of candles, it's the number of days. Since gone by. Summer days gone by. And they could start at -10, -12, and I don't know. What's 300 divided by 20? 15. So he's going to be out of money after 20 days. 15 days. All right. Next. Not fund raised, but it's going to be money left, dollars. All right. He starts out with more than 400. That's more than 300. Let's put 350. He's going to end up with, whoops, I'm doing this backwards. The lower number is negative 10. I said 10. And 400. And like that. So, question, is it discrete or continuous, this thing? Wouldn't it be then money left, money that he has, money of X, would be 300 minus $20 a day, right? Now, so we're going to check it at the end of each day. So maybe we should floor that. Let's see if I understand that right. Oh, is this a note? How come it's not like calculating? I don't know. Can't tell. Yes, it is. You dummy. That's okay. I just copy it and paste it. Okay, does this make sense? At day 0, how much money does he have? Sometime during this day, he spends it. I don't know when, but the next day, he has 280. Somewhere during that day, he spends it, and that's what it is, So this is the way I decided to do the money. I don't know when he spends it. If I knew more information, I would tell you. I did not make it continuous. I made it a step function. All right. Similarly with the candles, maybe I should have done that differently. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to save this. And I think I'm happy with this model, except for one thing. Remember on the other things, this has to have a domain restriction of from 0 when he runs out of money. Wait a minute. X is the number of days. Question. When does he run out of money? That's on day 15. He runs out of money. So I'm going to say it's 0 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 15. And that's easy to understand because 300 divided by 20, which is 15. That's the algebra. That's your domain. So if I ask you what's the domain that's there, what's the range? It's from 0 to 300. So these are questions you're going to answer on your test. Okay, so that's that. And I am going to move this here. Move this here. Open it. Then I'm going to take a screenshot. Okay, I took the screenshot, pretending, because, you know. All right. Now, after I do that, what was the question anyway? What's the graph? So this is the closest it comes. I think it's this one. That was easy, yeah? Now, here's another one. 50 new members every day, and you started with 200. So we start at 200. So in 2 days, I get 100 more. Simple as that. Next. They're already doing the graph for me. The basic shipping charge is $10. That's start at 10 and $6 more. So that's 16 on the next day. Same, just like that. Here's the soccer one. Let's go back to the soccer. They have a question. Calculate the maximum profit you can make. I got to go fix the soccer one. It's actually not correct. So I'm going to turn off Tony and turn on the soccer candle people. What did I forget on the soccer example? What did I forget? On your quiz, your test, your domain and range has to be restricted correctly. How many candles can a player sell? According to the story. Read. I told you. That's your domain. So, I have to go over here to the function. And I must type. Or over here, wherever I want to type it. It's 0 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 24 candles. Now question. What's the minimum I can sell? What's my range? I'm going to copy it over here too. Okay, so you can see what happened. If I cover up the red, there's my graph. But if I put my red, I have to restrict it as well. So let's do it again. It's from 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 24. I zoom back out so you can see it. See it, it's there. Next question. What's my range? F of 0 less than y less than or equal to y less than or equal to f of 24. And that is going to give me my range. If you want to know the actual numbers, you can plot those points. At 0, this is an increasing function. At 0, the actual minimum does occur. And I can label it. $10 is my minimum. I got to pay them. But if I sell them, if I sell all 24, I can label that. And you see that at 24 candles, I make $130. So here's the whole story graphically. And you can leave the range turned on or you can turn it off. If I turn this on, I can say that x is equal to 0, or from x equals like 25. Is that going to work? 24? Or between 24 and 25. So I can paint the range. I can say, here's your range, right? Or I can move it over here. That's an idea. I can restrict that so you can see it. I was trying to make one thin line so you can see it. I did it before. I forgot how I did it last time. Yes, DESMOS.com.
No, DESMOS. Like you could add DESMOS.
Oh, do a what?
Like DESMOS, like point something to make it thin.
No, I need to draw a line
Yeah.
and then move it back and forth. So to move it back and forth, I could do this. I can make this an A, like that, and add a slider, and then it doesn't like A. What's wrong with that? Because that's, oh yeah, I see. Undo. I'll think about it in a little bit. There's a way so I can make it go back and forth. Oh, I know. I can go y equals A, but A, oh, I already used A. Let's use B. I already used B.
Jesus Christ.
F of X. No, I need to be able to slide it back and forth. Anyway, I can't think of it right now for some reason. Sorry. All right, let's answer the question anyway. What was the question? The question is, calculate the maximum profit. If it can sell 24, then it's 5 times 24 plus 10, or 120. What? Wasn't it 24 plus 10? I know. I wasn't paying attention. It's 130, because the equation is, yeah, 5 times 24 plus 10 is 130. I did not, oh, I didn't do the math right. It was this one. How sad is that? So when you do this, of course, what do? I go on. Okay. Can you do this in your head? How do you do this? The first number has to be the second number plus 3. Is 6 4 plus 3?
No.
No. Is 6? No. Is 6 3 plus 3? Yes. Is 4 2 plus 3? No. This one is 9 plus 6 plus 3 9, 2 plus 3 5, 1 plus 3 4, 4 plus 3 7? Yes. That's just reading this. You can also type this on Desmos and you would see all these points if you want. I already showed you that lesson in 6-2. Okay, here's another soccer school problem. 4 candles, 30, same one. If a player makes $90, okay. If he makes $90, how many candles did he sell? So that's part of this one. If 5x plus 10 equals 90, there it is. At 90, right? I could also just say y equals 90, and I can find out where it crosses. If this is 90 right here, it crosses at 16, and that's how you do it graphically. I can also do the algebra. Obviously, that would be parentheses 90 minus the 10 divided by the 5. which is also 16. That's both methods. And I'm done with this video. And the answer was 16. Next, any more sucker problems? No, this is the same stuff we already know. 100 pens at 6. So 6 times 10 is 60. That should be 160. That looks good. I missed. Is it cost? Maybe it's going down. I wasn't paying attention. No, I'm right. It's $100 worth of pens. They each sell for $6. Oh, so a store purchases $100 worth of pens. Each one sells for 6. So you're gonna start in the whole $100. You have to look for negative 100. It was this one, and it's gonna go up. So it was C. So let's go stop for now and see if it starts up again in the right place. So lesson there is read the dang problem. Oh, different problem. Anyway, you can keep going like this. I need to give you time on your test, so we'll leave this to be. So now we can close this. Put these where they go. Up and right, up and right, up and right. See how the little line adds? Up and right, up and right. I said to the right and up, to the right and up. Then I can close it and close it. Okay, take a screenshot of each of these. Make sure you save it before you take your screenshots. Also, in order to turn in your test, you have to click on here. You can copy this link and you can paste it and create so I can open your file in case I don't understand your screenshot. And that ends this. Thank you. Hold on.